The why behind budget reductions and demographic projections for Cave Creek Unified School District, presented by Mr. Tim Lee, March 2021. How do school districts get their money? Schools in Arizona are funded monthly on current year student count. So as students decline, our M&O budget declines, and when students increase, our M&O budget increases. Because of property wealth in the district, 100% of the maintenance and operations budget is funded from local taxes, which comprises approximately 66% of total district revenue. All other revenue sources coming into the district other than the taxes for the M&O budget total 34% listed below. As a footnote, all unified school districts in Maricopa County other than Cave Creek have additional funding through an M&O or a capital outlay override or a bond. The enrollment for Cave Creek Unified peaked in 2008-2009, and enrollment has declined in 9 of the 10 years between 2008-2009 and 2018-19, falling by approximately 570 students, even as more than 3,700 new housing units were added to the inventory in our area. Because school districts are funded on enrollment, the primary issue facing Cave Creek currently is that our 100th day enrollment count in January of 2020 was 5,488 students. In January of 2021, our student count was 5,131 students because of the impacts of COVID-19. This is a difference of 357 students. And of this, 175 students are from Paradise Valley and may return to their school once it reopens. The district's maintenance and operation budget in fiscal year 1920 was $36.5 million. Our projected maintenance and operation budget for fiscal year 2021-22 is estimated to be $32.4 million, or a projected shortfall of $4.1 million because of the impacts of decline in enrollment. Per governing board policy, the district is required to maintain within budget limits a level of per pupil expenditure needed to provide high-quality education. Therefore, because of the decline in student count, the district had to set some budget priorities. The illustrated slide shows that the screen that we're using for our budget priorities are looking at the center, which is graduation requirements mandated by the Arizona State Board of Education, then working our way out for the support services needed for these mandates, the support services needed such as food service, transportation, and then looking at the items that are nice to have or programs and staff that do not directly impact students. When considering the budget reduction for the district, we carefully examined the needs versus nice to haves or the wants. We also set priorities to maintain as much staff as possible that is appropriately certified, to make student-centered decisions, and to consider the long-term financial stability for the district. The goal is to minimize reductions to programs essential to graduation requirements, and if students do return to CCUSD in the fall, the district will add appropriately staff in August. The question may be asked, if students are predicted to come back, why does the district need to reduce the budget by $4.1 million? There are several reasons for this, but one of the main reasons is because of current year funding. The district must plan using current enrollment data, not projections, and the district has not addressed a structural deficit of $2 million of capital outlay in our maintenance and operation budget to support programs. This prevents us from buying capital items needed for the district. Also, instead of receiving 98% of our fiscal year 20 budget in our enrollment stability grant, the district only received approximately half of the projected amount. In addition, our online students or distance learning students only receive 95% of the funding of a regular student. Currently, this reduction is about $769,000 in our budget. Some of the items that the district is considering in reprioritizing the budget are including but not limited to reorganization of the district office department structure, evaluating sustainability of district programs, district-wide classified positions, evaluate and eliminate filling vacant positions, change in district paid benefits, utility savings for air conditioning and heating, consolidating transportation routes, increasing facility use fees, and reduction in force of certified staff commensurate with the decline in student count for the district. This slide illustrates from our demographic study the district enrollment density. As you can see, the majority of students within the district live in the southwest quadrant of the district. Each of the cells within the map shows the number of students coming from that quadrant. Another issue facing Cave Creek is the student capture rate. This is the comparison of the number of students that actually live in the district that are of school-age population and the number of students actually served by the district. The service or capture rate of the district has been declining over the past 2 decades, falling from about 80% to 50%, or about 1.5% per year. The current capture rate of the district is only approximately 50%, meaning that of every 100 students that live in the district, Cave Creek only serves approximately 50 of those students. This is information from our demographic study of 2021. This slide illustrates the decrease in student count from 1920 till 2021, and then the increase in projected students in 21-22, and then a slight decline in student count of about 4% over the next 10 years to 2031. Our most recent demographic study draws the following conclusions. Much of the housing potential in Cave Creek Unified is under the control of the Arizona State Lands Department and is near Scottsdale's McDowell-Sonoran Preserves, adding uncertainty to development timing. CCUSD has no control over the land that can be developed into houses. Also, enrollment will likely rebound next year and then continue to decrease very slightly over the next 10 years, with the size of the school-age population and capture rate being equally important. Also, the enrollment impact of future residential development will likely continue to be offset by the aging of the population and competition from other providers. Based on this information, Cave Creek Unified will need to evaluate different sustainable funding sources such as a bond or an override and evaluate current district programs. We may not be able to offer the same level of programming and staffing as projected enrollment decline continues. So what are the next steps for the district? We intend to survey our community and discover why 50% of our students choose other educational alternatives for their students. Also, contact parents of students that were in school in fiscal year 2019-20 and invite them back for the school year in 2022. We're going to increase the district's marketing presence so families know of the programs and features and the good things happening for all CCUSD schools and students, and to inform and educate the community and its stakeholders regarding the financial condition of Cave Creek Unified School District. We're also going to explore alternatives for additional funding for the district to include a bond, override, donations, grants, tax credits, revenue from educational community service programs, and any other sources available.